guys, this is Sarah with another motivational video, and today we're going to talk about having negative thoughts and how to avoid them, or should I say control them from happening in your mind. So first, we are going to talk about the fact how in the Middle Eastern countries and in like Middle Eastern families, the demand for being perfect is just really high. Not that you're not allowed to like make mistakes, it's just that mistakes are taken serious. As much as you want to see it as a learning experience, which you do, it is still pretty hard because you have a family and friends that are absolutely relying on you. So the pressure can get really high. Humans aren't really used to rewarding themselves in their minds, especially for me who is a personal trainer, a dancer, and I have been motivating people for a while. I think it is safe to say that I also do have negative thoughts, and I'm more positive outside than I am inside, because the way I also treat myself is that I'm super hard on myself and I'm super duper perfectionist. So I'm assuming that there are some people out there who feel the same and they are also perfectionists and they want to do things right and correctly and the best way possible. So now the question is, how do you stay positive and how do you fight all these negative thoughts to not consume your life? One of the first two many steps is actually recognizing when you are having negative thoughts. And this is the hardest thing, because how do you stay positive when you just had like an accident or something that absolutely changed your life and you're like, paying for it? And this could be like debt, this could be accidents, this could be so many different things that you were absolutely not expecting to come your way and has absolutely thrown you like off in the worst way possible. How do you avoid these thoughts and how do you control them during moments like this? The first and the actual step is to recognize your negative thoughts. So this could be if you recently had an accident that you did not really expect it was not really in your agenda. This is a time to stop yourself from any negative thoughts that you're having and actually start to learn from this experience more than having these negative thoughts, which is really hard. So recognize the thought that you're having that is absolutely negative. So this could be like, oh, I am so like stupid. I shouldn't have had this happen to me. How did I not see the other car? Or how did the other car not see me? And you can also be blaming this on yourself or the other person. Either way, it is not healthy for you to be thinking so many negative thoughts. What has happened is actually gone. It's done, right? And either you want to fix it or not for the future, that's up to you, which I recommend you should. But what's done is done, and what you gotta do is look forward. If you keep talking to yourself negatively, you want to bring an awareness to that, and every time you say something negative, you have to stop yourself. After you have literally identified the negative thought, ask yourself, would you have said these thoughts out loud? And would you have given this same advice to absolutely like a person that you love? This could be your mom, your brother, your sibling. Would you have gave this same advice to this person? Most of the time when I have these negative thoughts and I think about, like saying it out loud, or I ask myself, would I have told this to somebody that I love? The answer is no. I always ask myself, how would I gave advice to the person that I love if they were in the same situation that I was right now? Would I have had more mercy? Would I have been more nicer? Would I have also let them or advised them to forgive themselves? Because it's life and it happens. So let's say you have recently been in a car accident, which I hope you haven't, or you have failed a test. How would you talk to yourself? Would it be a way to bring yourself down? Or would you have given an advice to absolutely just take it easy, go rest, and maybe try again for the next test. And I want you to think about it as, how would I have gave an advice to a friend? And the same advice that you would have gave to your friend, I want you to give it to yourself now. And I want you to talk to yourself the way you would have talked to a friend if they did a mistake, or if they come and tell you, look, I failed at this and I'm not good enough. You're actually training your mind to be positive in situations that are absolutely necessary for you to just take it easy. Because if something already happens, turning it into more negative and more negative, it's absolutely not gonna help you in this situation. So an example I can give you guys is that one day I was actually filming in my room, and I had to go pick up my brother, and my parents were also home. Until this day, I wish that one of my parents went and picked, my brother up, but I took one for the team. I was not in the mood to drive in that moment because I was already tired of also recording and being in front of the camera. I was like, okay, I'll just take one for the team. I'll go and I will, pick up my brother. So the most funniest or the stupidest thing, or the worst mistake I want to tell you guys, is the fact that I sat in the car, I put my phone on the side, I played my favorite music, and right when I wanted to make a left, I hit a car. So the reason I call this such a weird and such a weird experience is because I wasn't distracted. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't, looking somewhere else, or somebody else didn't hit me. It was me who, I was literally coming out of the parking lot and made a left, and I hit a car just because I did not look left. And it haunts me till this day because I'm like, what? Why? But instead of having negative thoughts about it, I think about, okay, how is this gonna teach me something for the future? What this experience was actually teaching me wasn't the fact that I was a bad driver, wasn't the fact that I was, a failure, or I could not, go pick up my brother, or I'm lazy or whatever. It was just teaching me the fact that if I don't feel like driving, I shouldn't. If I'm not in the mindset of driving, I shouldn't drive. Did I learn my lesson that time? Of course not. Another time, it was absolutely raining so hard, and I did not feel like going to the store. I wasn't in the mindset of driving, because driving, you have to be alert, you have to be aware. And I wasn't. I absolutely wasn't in the mindset to drive. I was in the mindset of getting things done, and I wasn't really being aware of what is happening in the surroundings of me, because my goal was to get to the destination no matter what. Of course, I was going the wrong way. Okay, we don't need to talk about it. And I did not see the car, and I absolutely hit the car that had 3 to 4 passengers there. Yeah, just very mini accident. Nothing happened. Their airbags didn't come out. But, still, you don't want to hit a car, right? That's when I learned that most of my accidents, stupid accidents, not even I was on my phone, I was distracted. That's when I learned that stupid mistakes happen when I overwork myself and when I do things at a times that I absolutely do not want to do. I do not want to do that at the moment. And I have pushed myself every time to do it, and the outcome of it has been an accident. Also, another thing me and my therapist have talked about, which is so helpful, is I want you to think of a time that you memorized a song. You listened to the song so many times that you absolutely memorized it, and you loved the song and you repeated it over and over again. What does your brain exactly do when you hear the song? It automatically, in your mind, you start singing, and you start saying the lyrics. Either if that's in your mind or out loud, you start singing the lyrics, right? And either you're a good singer or not, it doesn't matter. Your brain starts, putting the song and the words and everything together, and it repeats it in your mind. Now, I want you to think about the negative thoughts. If you continue having negative thoughts without controlling your mind and recognizing the fact that you're having those negative thoughts, what is going to happen every time when you hit a rock bottom, or if you hit something, or if you do something wrong, or if you feel like you didn't succeed at something? Obviously, it's going to repeat the same tape over and over again, and it's going to be telling you what it has been telling you repetitively over years or months or even weeks. If you are a positive person, I have tried this so many times where I absolutely tried to make others super positive. You can't do that because these people have to recognize their negative thoughts themselves. You cannot tell them to be more positive, because if they become more positive about something that just happened to them, then they will later on talk about something else in a negative way. And if you yourself are a negative person, negative meaning if you go somewhere, if you're in a group, you complain about things. That's the first thing. I want you to realize how actually people start to move away from you as you become more and more negative. And maybe it's not moving away from you, it's more of just kind of pushing you aside and ignoring you, because the more negativity you put in a group or with a friend, maybe 2 or 3 times this friend is gonna be like, no, it's okay, you're gonna do great, or no, it's gonna be great. But if it starts affecting them and their mental health too, naturally humans, they're gonna walk away and they're not gonna stick by your side, because no matter how many times they have told you to stay positive, you're still in that negative mindset. So you have to recognize this yourself. The pattern, the music that plays in your mind, and the way that you talk to yourself. Nobody is ever 100% perfect. Nobody is ever I'm so positive all the time in my mind. No, I'm the most positive person outside and the most negative person in my head. And nobody gets to see that because I keep it to myself. Because I spread kindness towards the world. And I don't just spread it because I say, okay, spreading kindness is what I gotta do to get the ticket to the heaven. No, I am naturally that person that spreads kindness and really cares for other people. And really tries to motivate others, as I'm doing right now, and to help them to become a better person. Do I believe I have these powers to do that to everybody? No. But at the same time, there are days that I'm so negative in my mind. And I remind myself that when I am in that position, it could be about anything. It could literally be about food. It could literally be about money. It could literally be about friendships. I snap back out of that negative thought, or if I can't control it, I write it down just like I've told you guys, or I go on a walk. Walks also help a lot if you have time during your lunch breaks. And do not go on the walk to become positive. Go on the walk to distract yourself from, your thoughts, and just look around and explore and feel the fact that you're alive and everything's gonna be okay, and not everything is a negative experience, and it's gonna be okay. And until you learn that lesson, life is gonna keep throwing more and more at you until you understand that if a certain way that you're acting is not the right way to go. In this situation, if you are trying to become a successful person or to succeed in whatever field that you want to pursue in. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel because there's more motivational videos just like this coming out very soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay positive and be kind to yourself, and remember, always, the way you talk to yourself, remind yourself, would you have talked to somebody else this way if they were in a harder situation? I hope that this video motivated you to bring back positive thoughts, even if you have to retrain your mind and your mouth and your brain to do it over and over again. Do it. It's worth it, so you can also be helping the generations that are coming right after you. I'll see you guys in the next video.